The Real TV Critics' Choice Awards are this Sunday in Hollywood. I recently got to visit with two-time nominees Egypt Sherrod and her husband Mike Jackson about their nominations to Married to Real Estate and Rock the Block, both on HGTV, in the category of Best Lifestyle Show Home and Garden.
Okay.
They're in the same category twice, so they have pretty good odds.
Pretty good odds, yes.
They are just as fun and genuine and entertaining as they are in real life as they are on the show. Take a look. It is a dream come true to get to talk to these two stars of HGTV, one of my favorite shows, and I've loved Egypt for so long, Egypt Sherrod and Mike Jackson. Thank you so much for taking the time to visit with me today.
Absolutely. Thank you, Jeremy. It's so
We appreciate you having us, man.
So I just want to start kind of at the beginning. Egypt, I've been a fan of yours since Property Virgins and then Flipping Virgins. I love both your shows.
Wow, thank you.
I mean, I know you. Like, I'm a fan.
And so you first met him on Flipping Virgins.
That's right. Yes.
Yeah.
And I love that you're an expert. When you first came on the screen, I was like, if I knew her in real life, I think we'd be best friends, because you just have that, you have that rapport that people just like you. So tell us, how did you get started, both of you, with HGTV?
Where do I begin? It just seems like eons ago, right? I was a real estate broker in the New York, New Jersey area, but also a radio personality. So I would just kind of take my life in real estate on the radio and present it in a really funny, entertaining way. So even if you didn't care about real estate, you cared about what I was saying. So it was quite entertaining. I would intertwine that with like the latest celebrity news and what have you. I guess a casting director, as it came to be, for HGTV, you know, they had Property Virgins with Sandra Renamato, originally based out of Canada. They decided to bring it to the States, and they were looking for someone who was a real life real estate agent, who was credible, but who also understood television. So they listened to my radio show, called me. I hung up the phone because I thought it was a prank my producer was playing on me. Because I literally just said to him a few weeks prior, you know what show I love? I love this Property Virgins show. Have you ever watched it? And his answer was no. And then I get this call on the radio. I'm like, this is okay. You're joking. So I hang up the phone. Thank goodness opportunity knocks more than once. So they called back, and before I knew it, I auditioned. They chose me. I became the host. 8 seasons of Property Virgins, 3 seasons of Flipping Virgins, Urban Oasis and Dream Home specials, and then we get our own show, Married to Real Estate.
Mike, tell me, how did that Married to Real Estate come to be?
Well, you know, we've said it time and time again, you know, we were in the midst of the pandemic and we were in a place of filming, meaning around the house. And I said to my wife, we should capture some of this. And we created a show called Ask Anything, where we would put out to social media, say, listen, ask us anything and we will respond. But we did it on camera and put it out once a week. And in conjunction with that, we would capture some of our home life and some of our outings, to where we put it together and created a reel and sent it to management. And they said, there's something here. Let's send it down the pike or up the pike to the network. And here we are.
Yeah, it was kind of organic. You know, everybody was shut in for the last couple of years of the pandemic, working from home. You've got your office at one end of the kitchen island and you're virtual schooling the kids at the other end. And Mike and I were bored out of our mind. It was a test of love, truly. Like, I think I still like you after all of this. You know? We decided to have fun with it and just intertwine all different parts of our life. And HGTV loved it. They just so happened to be at a time where they wanted to venture more into the docu-follow instead of the templated, you know, sort of shows. And they wanted to be able to bring back some of the fan favorites, and show more of their life. And so we fit right in there.
By the way, I love your life. I love your kids. It's beautiful and they're adorable.
You want to come babysit? You can come babysit, Jeremy.
Oh, I'm there. I am there. Anytime, seriously.
No, this was recorded, right?
Yeah, we have evidence of this.
So I do want to talk about, I'm a voting member of the Critics' Choice Association. I was so happy to be on some of the panels this year. And your show, well, actually 2 of your shows are nominated for a Real TV Critics' Choice Award for Best Lifestyle Home and Garden Show. What did you think when you heard about the nominations for Rock the Block and Married to Real Estate?
I mean, it's still kind of setting in because you got to kind of understand, we've been in a bubble. We've been in our own life, home and business. And by the way, the cameras just came in and filmed it all.
Right.
So we really haven't been out in the world. And because we've been working so much, we haven't even really had time to see how people are reacting. Our only feedback is that the network's like, it's doing phenomenal, and social media is responding. So to hear we were nominated, it's like, were we? Is this? Oh, you got. Oh, you know what? Wait, is it April 1st? Oh no, not, And then to hear both the shows we were on, and the fact that we won that season of Rock the Block it's really satisfying. When you say that,
it's like we didn't know at all. She was home relaxing. I was out on a construction site. And our manager puts us on FaceTime and say, hey, listen,
Did you hear the news? She said.
So I literally kept working. I'm like, okay, cool.
You were like, what?
Wait, did you hear what I just said? And I was like, wait, really? Oh, wow.
So,
But to be amongst so many other amazing shows, not just in our category, but that entire show is a blessing in itself. So we're honored.
We are honored. It's a privilege, whether we win or not. It's a benchmark in our lives, and we get to do it together.
Right.
I thank you so much for your time. You guys are just as genuine and real with me right now as you are on the show. And I think that's why viewers love you, is because they identify with you and they see themselves in you. Now, will I see you in LA at the Real TV Critics' Choice Awards?
You better come give us a hug.
Yes, you will.
I will find you. I am so excited to talk to you. Best of luck at the Real TV Critics' Choice Awards. I'll see you there.
All right,
thank you
so
Take
much,
care.
Jeremy.
Well, good for them. They were already, credible and,
They're experts.
Respected,
Yeah,
yes.
they're already experts. And then the show came calling, and she was already doing real estate, and then the radio.
so it all kind of came together.
It all came together, the perfect storm. They are so nice. So that interview was actually like 15 minutes plus.
Oh, yeah.
I had to cut it down. So what I've decided to do is I'm going to release certain excerpts on social media because one part I had to cut out. She gives the best advice on real estate.
Oh.
I asked her a real estate question.
You can't tell that right now?
Well,
I really am curious to know.
I can't. I'm going to leave a little tease for social media. So she and Mike both give some fantastic real estate advice. I'll post that clip later. And then they may have breaking news that they accidentally broke to me about season 2 of Married to Real Estate that I need to find out if I'm allowed to post because it was like...
Surely they know not to say something that they wouldn't want to get out there.
If you would see the interview, you would think differently.
Really?
Why
did you say
like, what did you just say? She was hilarious. She was like, what are you trying to say?
Supposed to talk about that?
Egypt's like, what are you saying, Mike? And I'm like, so I just looked at the camera, was like, I don't know if I'm allowed.
Do you need to ask them?
I'm going to ask them,
Okay,
yes.
all right. Sounds good.
But I'll post because the real estate part was fascinating to me.
Yeah,
So she's
course.
so educated. And I'm just like,
Very good. Well, all right, guys.
Hope they win.
Yeah. We'll be back right after this.
I was like, it was too long and I couldn't.
Yeah.